Tonight, we are uncovering the real truth about the Dhaka unrest. As internet services slowly return in Bangladesh, the world is seeing more of what truly transpired over the past week. The violence, the chaos, the crackdown. Have a look at this. A man appearing to be from Bangladesh police takes aim, a shot is fired, the man reloads his gun, another shot is fired. Next, we see a crowd fleeing for safety, running helter-skelter. Let's now move on to another piece of footage. Two men, presumably from the Bangladesh police, can be seen shooting from a pellet shotgun. A few seconds later, a man atop an armored vehicle can be seen firing in the same direction. In the background, the crowd can be seen running in all directions. A few men, maybe protesters, brave enough to be enduring the chaos. What really happened during this clampdown remains to be ascertained, but these images do tell a grim tale of what really happened while the internet was shut down. Fast forward to today, and we see a calmer Dhaka. Armored vehicles and heavy police presence remain on the ground. Remember, the unrest stemmed from deep-seated anger over a quota system reserving 56% of government jobs for certain groups, including 30% for the descendants of the 1971 freedom fighters. On Sunday, remember, the Bangladesh Supreme Court scaled this down, reserving 7% quota for the descendants of 1971 freedom fighters. The death toll has been staggering and uncertain. International news reports suggest over 200 deaths, but conflicting reports saying that it is a gross underestimate. The UN rights chief has called on Bangladesh to urgently disclose the details of last week's crackdown on protests amid accounts of horrific violence, calling for an impartial, independent and transparent investigation. Volker Turk said in a statement, and I'm quoting here, "We understand that many people were subjected to violent attacks by groups reportedly affiliated with the government, and no effort was made to protect them," quote unquote. The question is, what does this mean for the average Bangladeshi? The protests and curfews have been devastating, to say the least. The shutdown hit the ready-made garment sector the hardest, responsible for over 80% of the country's $50 billion export earnings. The industry experts estimating the sector suffered $150 million in losses per day, and steel makers over $100 million cumulatively. The disruption did not stop there, of course. Pharmaceutical production and distribution was severely affected as medicine makers could not get raw materials from the Chattogram port and Dhaka airport. E-commerce and F-commerce faced losses of at least $5 million in revenue per day, and call centers lost $3 million daily. Even the government has been reeling from the economic impact of the protest, with Dhaka South City Corporation estimating losses around 10 crore taka due to vandalism and arson. The Bangladesh Railway will not resume operations until the situation completely improves, as stated by the Railways Minister there. On Sunday, protesters issued a 48-hour ultimatum to the government. Remember, they demanded a public apology from Sheikh Hasina for the violence, the restoration of internet services, also the reopening of campuses. They also called for the resignation of certain ministers and university officials and the dismissal of police officers involved in the violence. The protesters' next move remains uncertain. Will the protests resume? What happens next? All eyes are on Dhaka. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.